Welcome to the Here's My Story channel. I'm Erica. That Saturday, I was headed to piano class as usual. To make sure I wasn't late, I was practically running. At one point, just as I was about to cross the street, the light turned red. I saw a lady sitting on the pavement crying. She had 2 large suitcases with her. "Are you okay? Is there anything I can help you with?" I asked her.
I live only 2 blocks away, but I have no strength left to carry my suitcases there. I've been crying here for an hour. No one cares. You're the first person that approached me.
She said, barely able to talk between sobs. "Is it only the suitcases you need help with? No need to get upset. I'll help you," I responded with a smile. We walked 2 blocks. When the lady stopped in front of a luxury building, I was surprised. We went inside. I dropped the suitcases in the room that she showed me.
Thank you so much. I have a gift for you as a thank you for your kindness. I'm sure you'll like it,
she said, leaving me alone in the room. A few minutes later, she came back with a notebook.
I need to admit something. What I did earlier was a test.
You passed the test, therefore you are deserving of this gift, she said, holding out the notebook for me. A test? What test? I asked.
A good person test,
she replied with a smile and added,
"Flip through it and see if you can spot anything."
I started looking through the pages. It was all white. "This notebook is blank," I responded.
"On each page of this notebook, you can write one wish. The wish you write down will come true. I know what I'm saying sounds ridiculous. You don't have to believe it. Go home, try it out, and see for yourself," the old lady said.
"What do you mean? Is this a magical notebook?" I asked, surprised.
"Yes, sweetheart. You're holding a magic notebook in your hands. There's 3 rules you need to be aware of. 1. From now on, you are the sole owner of this notebook. You can't make a wish for someone else. Each wish needs to be for yourself only. 2, when your wish is granted to you, you can't give it to someone else or share it. That's why I don't recommend wishing for money because, as I said, you can't give it to anyone, so the money you get won't work. 3, the notebook has 41 pages right now. You can only put 1 wish per page," she explained.
"But why are you giving it to me?" I asked.
"An old lady gave this notebook to me 45 years ago, telling me that I was a kind-hearted person. Thanks to this gift, I've had a wonderful life. I wanted to pass this miraculous notebook on to another kind-hearted person," she answered.
I went back home because I'd already missed piano class. I sat on my bed with the notebook in my hand. The old woman seemed very convincing, but I had to try it out to be sure. I opened the notebook and wrote down the first thing that came to my mind. I want a Big Mac. As soon as I finished writing it, a Big Mac appeared before my eyes.
"Oh my gosh! No way!"
I screamed. When I saw the Big Mac, I was both happy and upset. I was happy because the notebook was truly magical. I was upset because I just wasted a page of my notebook for an ordinary hamburger. I had to talk to my mom about this notebook as soon as possible, but she had gone rafting that weekend with her boyfriend, William. I briefly thought of calling my dad, but I decided not to. It's been 2 years since my parents' divorce. My dad only called me twice, on my birthdays. He was a disappointment for me, and I had no intention of sharing something so wonderful like a magic notebook with him. In the meantime, I needed to think of a new wish. Since there were 40 pages left, I had 40 more wishes. I had to pick each one carefully. I had a brilliant idea.
"This is definitely a great wish!"
I screamed and wrote, "I want my voice to be as good as Dua Lipa's." At that moment, I felt something in my throat. My vocal cords were transformed. Then I began to hum a melody. I sounded perfect and now had a singing voice just like Dua Lipa's. At that moment, I realized I was about to live my perfect life with this notebook in my hand. "Can you come home a little earlier? There's something important I need to tell you," I texted Mom. "Honey, I can't come back before Sunday evening. You can text me if you like," she replied. Apparently, I had to wait for her. This was so huge that I wanted to talk to her face to face. On Sunday night, my mom came home with her boyfriend, William. Normally, he doesn't live with us. He just came over to help Mom carry her things. I told my mom I wanted to talk to her in private and told her everything that happened in detail. When I finished telling my story, I showed her the notebook. Just like I expected, she didn't believe me.
"This could be the most absurd thing I heard in my life,"
she said, laughing. Then I'm going to do a little demo for you. You'll see this notebook is magic, I replied, grinning. When Mom said, "Oh, yeah, I'm sure I will," mockingly, I got annoyed and wrote the first thing that came to my mind. I want a diamond-studded iPhone 14. As soon as I finished writing, an iPhone appeared in front of me. It was shiny and sparkling. My mom screamed in fear. Then she took the phone, examined it, and finally mumbled, "Hey, Erica, this notebook is truly magical." For a while, my mom and I talked about what kind of wishes I could make. Then she went to be with her boyfriend. I lay down in my bed. I fell asleep thinking about my potential new wishes. When I opened my eyes the next morning, I saw my room was full of money. "What the heck is this?" I screamed in shock, jumping out of bed. I saw that my magical notebook wasn't on the night table by my bedside where it was supposed to be. I began to sob. My mom appeared at my door. She must have heard my crying. She, too, was surprised when she saw the piles of money in my room. "Erica, honey, what's going on?" she asked. "I don't know, Mom. I don't have my magic notebook. Did you take it?" I asked. "No, honey, why would I take it?" she said, and stopped. William stayed over, but he wasn't here when I woke up this morning. I wonder if... Mom, did you tell him about the magic notebook? I asked in shock. My mom was so upset. "Erica, we've been thinking about getting married. I couldn't hide something this big from someone who's going to be my husband soon," she replied. "So, what does all this money mean?" she asked, staring at the money. I had an idea. "Mom, there are millions of dollars here. I think William wrote money in the notebook. But even if someone else writes the wish, it comes true wherever I am because the notebook belongs to me," I said. "That makes a lot of sense," my mom said, before calling William, who didn't pick up. She took a photo of the money piles in the room and sent it to him, along with a text that said, "The money you wished for is here. Since Erica is the owner of the notebook, every wish made comes true for her. It's never going to work for you. Please bring it back." "What about the Ferrari?" William responded. "What Ferrari? What does he mean?" she mumbled. I looked outside. There was a brand new Ferrari sports car in front of the house. William must have wished for a Ferrari. "Thankfully, the car's not sitting in my room, but where it's supposed to be," I said. Mom took photos of the car. "That's here too," she wrote to her boyfriend. Half an hour later, the doorbell rang. William was standing at the door with the magic notebook in his hand. "Please forgive me. I made a mistake. I actually wanted to wish for a few things, but then I felt so bad and decided to bring it back to its real owner, to Erica," and handed it to me. He was obviously lying. He had figured out the notebook wouldn't work for him because it belonged to me. He brought it back because he wanted to benefit from my wishes in the future. Apparently, he didn't know I wasn't going to be able to share the things I wished for with anyone. Mom got really mad. "How dare you! Get out of here! I don't want to see you again!" she screamed. William walked up to my mom threateningly. "I will get what I want from that notebook. I'll do anything for it. If you don't cooperate with me, I'll tell the mob. They'll kidnap your dear daughter. You'll never see Erica again," he hissed at my mom. I never liked this guy. He would definitely do as he said. William was about to attack my mom because she kept pushing back. I had an idea. I flipped the notebook open. "I want William to live in an igloo on the North Pole until the end of his life," I wrote. William disappeared the second I finished the sentence. "He vanished!" my mom yelled. "Yeah, Mom. I sent him to the North Pole. He'll never bother us again," I said to her. My mom let out a big laugh. "Dear magic notebook, you are a wonder," she said. We didn't hear from William for a long time. We just found a letter in our mailbox last week. It was from him. "I don't have a phone here. I can't reach you. I wanted to apologize to you and your daughter. Please forgive me. I want to come back. I swear on my life not to bother you ever again," he wrote. I felt sorry for him. "What should we do, Mom?" I asked. Mom shook her head and said, "I don't trust him at all. He needs to stay there if we want to feel safe." We never talked about William again. By the way, if you're curious, I've made 2 more wishes since then. First one was to get high grades on every exam I take. That made things really easy for me at school. The second one was to always be in perfect health. My mom wanted me to wish for that one. I don't even get headaches now. I have 34 more pages in my magic notebook. What else can I wish for? Please write in the comments.